Mr. Coates, Killer Queen Antique Jewelry. Oh, so much glass. And I put it out for photos. And then what did I do but paint my nails? They're a mess. But they look better than my chipped up French manicure. Hello, Felicia. There won't be, I don't think there'll be a lot of people who view this live because I don't have a lot of my current clients. Hi, Ellen. Ellen loves glass, but there are a lot of them that just aren't into it. And that just means more for us, of those of us who love it. When I met my husband, he said, now, he's since changed his opinion, but he said he didn't like olives. And he said, is that a deal breaker? Excuse me. And I said, no, that means more olives for me. So for those of you who don't love glass or maybe haven't experienced antique glass, give it a try. Hi, Sharon. How are you, honey? Sharon, I found something for you. I know you love your cherry amber. And I'm going to gift you this. It's Art Deco, and there are only 5 beads of it. But this is cherry amber and Art Deco pressed glass. It's one of my personal pieces, but I know you'll take care of it. Oh, you're welcome, honey. I was going through, some of my personal pieces to show you some glass examples, and I found that amber, and I was like, why is this amber in with the glass? And because of course it's Art Deco, and it has Art Deco beads as well, glass beads as well. It is, isn't it? And the old cherry amber, that is the color. Now, the modern, I think they heat it or do something to it that makes it that really dark red. But that's definitely Deco. I mean, it's on the original cord. I've worn it many times. It's still sturdy. I don't think you would have to restring it for a long time. Hi, Colleen. Oh, I think well, it's late here. So I think my voice is just froggy from it being late. No other reason. Now, this looks a little bit darker than normal. Hey, Deborah. But I don't want to turn the back lights on because I do want to show you some uranium. And if you've been with me before and we've had a light show, it's a production to turn them all off. Hi, Kim. We are just glass, and then I realized that I didn't go over half of the sterling. So if anyone watches this back, they'll be able to see the measurements and a little bit of details on the sterling. Deborah collects uranium, so she likes a light show. Timeless Deborah. This color, I have, you know, I have a ton of uranium, clearly. A lot of what's out is uranium. This isn't manganese, and it's not cadmium. This is that one piece. I've only ever had one piece of this that when the lights go off, you'll see. I think I've shown it to you before. It's orange. Unless it's a mix of the two. Let's look at that clasp. Now, and you can never, especially old jewelry, yeah, that's deco. You know, they look a little bit different than the 50s clasp like that. And this is so short. Oh my goodness. Listen, I've got a scrawny neck, but this doesn't even fit me. Ellen, it might fit you. I'm not saying you have a scrawny neck, but you do have a tiny neck. Hi, Floor. Or Hannah. I mean, unless you want me to call you by your channel name. Yeah, this is a 13. My neck's a 13 and a half. So, and you know, people were just smaller. Look, I mean, first of all, it might have a bit of lead in it. So that would give that glow. That's what the Czech used in their glass pools of light. They leaded glass. You know, it was a lesser concentration than, say, crystal, which is 12% or more. So pools of light, glass pools of light, are heavier than regular glass, but they didn't add as much lead to make it crystal. So there must be some crystal or some lead in this. It is heavier. But the color, when we cut the lights, you'll see the color. Hannah, I saw your program, your most recent one on glass identification. And I was always taught that Givre is, that you can call anything with a bicolor as Givre. But Givre in French does mean frosted. And then I read up some information on Givre, and they were saying 1960s. Well, this isn't 1960s. This is Bohemian. And I can't remember. Oh, these bits are uranium. This is actually, this two-toned is a type of sapphire glass. When it's like that peachy, it's rosalyn and then uranium. You know, the pink rosalyn. Yeah, isn't this pink? Oh my God. I wish I had a 100-inch strand of it. It is so gorgeous. Now, in other schools, you know, or in other educational programs I've seen, any of this is like, now this is Czech. This is, of course, Murano. Now, anytime you would have glass like this, it's called cased. Right? When they layer it, it's layer after layer. Hot glass is layered onto hot glass. And that's how they get that effect. And then this was obviously twisted. This is a phenomenal piece. Now we're going to get tangles here. That's my fault. The blue and orange. Blue and orange. Oh, honey, I don't know about blue and... Oh, do you mean this strand? Now, many of these are uranium, but when this is sapphire glass, the pink and the blue. A lot of people will misnomer it and call it bicolor. It's not bicolor. This is actually related to sapphirite. This glass is related to sapphirite. They do it with rare earth metals. Oh yeah, this is a gorgeous deco piece. I honestly, living here in Europe, I am spoiled for choice when it comes to antique glass. And if you only knew, this is only probably 10% of what I have. So this is sapphire, the pink and the blue, and then the rest of them are bicolor uranium. Now the rarest sapphire that I have, the pink will actually glow. The peachy, oh, this, yes, it does. It's uranium. It's French. This is a rousselet. Yeah, this is a big, long rousselet with crystal. It's like a peachy pink. Now, Hannah, you had a piece with that barrel, and I think it may have had Czech glass on it, or it could have been French. And that's the thing. So many countries were prolific glass makers. The French were phenomenal glass makers. Opaline or opaline glass, some of my favorite glass ever, the magic glass. He was Italian, but they give the French credit because he lived in France when he made it. Let me find some. Now, this glows like, these glow like yellow moonbeams. And it's because they put phosphorus in it. Or not phosphorus, but arsenic. The glass is, it's soft. We always say soft like butter. But, and by we, people on the channel here who've bought this glass, it does feel like butter on your skin. It's different to any glass than I've ever felt. And very tangled. Hi, Marlene. But you can see with even the tiniest bit of light, it casts gold onto your skin. Very flattering. This piece is also a rousselet. Probably because it casts a golden light on your skin. It'll be blue, or it can be in other colors. Pink, pale pink, lavender. And it casts, do you see the gold pools on my hand? That's why they call it magic glass. Because imagine when you're wearing this bead around your neck, you've got like a golden halo everywhere the beads are touching you. It does look a bit magic. know, something, it's glass, honey. You're not going to ingest it. I wouldn't suggest that you chew on those beads or give those beads to a baby, say, to chew on. You're not going to ingest it through your skin. You won't absorb it through your skin. It's encapsulated in the glass itself. They put it in a powder form and then heat the glass to super temperatures to make it and form it. So unless it's exposed to high heat, like they say never to put it through a dishwasher. Hi, Lori. You don't want to put uranium glass or any of, oh God, you wouldn't want to put any of this old glass in a dishwasher. You can drink from uranium glassware. You can eat from uranium glassware. But you need to be careful because if you nick it, you know, if it's not stable, I wouldn't eat or drink from it. Let's put it that way. If it were scraped or chipped, just like any other glass, you wouldn't want to use it. I mean, in that case, you just put it up and, you know, like we do most of our uranium glass items, just look at them. Do you take them out for, it would be so fun at a picnic. All you'd have to do is put a black light up. Wow, this is like, I can't believe the camera is focusing because there's so much out. Well, when I explain a piece, I should probably start taking them off. Might as well grab some of the Czechoslovakian glass. This is their agate glass. I love the glass that they made to emulate stones. And this actually has what looks like gold dust. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like glitter. It's probably copper powder, the same thing that they use in goldstone. This is beautiful glass. And it's also uranium. So they've just hidden so many things in their glass. Now, they do it so well that sometimes you have to test to see if it's glass or, you know, or if it's stone. Now, they weren't the only masters at it, though. Now, that's a faceted. This is meant to look like carnelian. And it's also uranium. Let me find a piece of Chinese. Now, this is antique Chinese. This isn't modern Chinese glass. This necklace is actually Edwardian. And it's meant to resemble jade. Yeah, this is definitely one I need to restring. We'll look at it. It's in a state. It needs a clasp. Now, saying that, that is glass. This is Chinese, and it's in a base metal. That's not sterling. That's a base metal. This is sterling. And carved rose quartz. with carved, these are called shoe beads. And this is also Edwardian. So this is Chinese and that is Chinese, but this is like Chinese costume. This would be the fine piece. Of course, the pierced and carved table and a clasp in the front of the piece. And this has a faux that it's just attached. I think they're both beautiful. This one is glass and this one is stone. Hi, Yolanda. Now, these are check pools of light. You're like, it's kind of a wishy-washy color. Until you hit it with the UV light. Now, these are actually true Vaseline glass. When it's clear and it looks like old Vaseline, the Yeti. Oh, a lot of you are probably too young to remember this, but when I was little, Vaseline used to be yellow. They didn't refine it to clear. I can remember my grandma having yellow Vaseline. Oh, we'll do the light show after I show the pieces, Cache. We're just going through some different styles. This is one of my chunker. I have a lot of chunker. This one is crystal uranium. Oh yeah, well, once we go through the pieces, then I'll turn the lights off and we'll pull it all out and have a great big light show. This one is uranium crystal as well. Isn't it phenomenal? I love the blue and the green. Ashley loves glass. No, that's what we're here for. That's what the live chat is here for. Now, when it's saying that, one of my favorite pieces was a gift from Ashley. It's the intentional crackle. Yes, I wash every bit of my jewelry. Every piece. Every single piece that comes in the door. You're probably wondering, why do these antiques look so clean? Well, because I wash them. Yeah, this beautiful necklace was a gift from Ashley. And I love it and would never part with it. This is true check. It's meant to look like jade, but it looks like aqua. Love the color. Love the style, love the necklace. Now, the length of it would suggest that it is later 1920s, early 1930s. My glass, honey, I wash in a dishwasher tab. It's perfect. It eats the enzymes in it, eat all of the dirt, skin cells. Yeah, there is a video. I need to start linking. I need to learn how I get a little more techie and link my videos. Let's see. You've seen that one, but I have more of those. Ashley, you asked about my purple star necklace, and I told you that it was in a bag. I wasn't kidding. Oh, no, honey. No, 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 no. I just take a large jug, like a big measuring jug, and, you know, we have kettles here in the UK that boil things for you, water for you instantly. And I dissolve it in about a half cup of boiling water, and then you can either let it wait or you can just do what I do and add a bit of just warm water to it. Then now be careful though, because some of these old silks don't like hot water and they could rot. So if you don't know how to restring, I keep threatening to teach you all how to restring. I just don't have time. I mean, I struggled to get a piece done this week, and it was a straightforward piece for Kay. I had to restring some jet. Well, you know, how much am I getting done with fluff? Now, these beads, they look immaculate. They are bohemian. They've never been used. They're on the original, they're still on the original factory cord. Marlene, I use it on glass. I use it on gold. I use it on everything. Hi, Terry, honey. Yeah, these are brand spanking new. You know, probably over 100 years old, but never been used. I think it's fair to say I have some fairly rare glass. Yeah, those actually get wrapped up. Oh, another misnomer. People, you will have people say, "Oh, I have this antique piece of Aurora Borealis." Well, it's a little tough to have antique true Aurora Borealis because it wasn't invented until 1953. Now, saying that, the Czech did have iridescent glass. Textbooks will tell you that Louis Comport Tiffany was the first to make modern iridescent glass. But if you really know glass, you know there's ancient glass that is iridescent. I learned a long time ago to put rare metals in, you know, powders into the glass to bring up the iridescence. Now, I have to get back to this. Here's another piece I need to restring. It's like the story of my life. Restring, restring. Yes, yeah, the answer is no, you do not have antique Aurora Borealis. Now, this is antique. These are antique glass bubbles. And it's a short strand, so what I'm going to do is take this antique piece And these will be the spacers. Now this is true antique iridescent glass, as well as this. These are iridescent bubbles. They are hollow, Beverly. Yes, they are, honey. There's a broken one here. Oh, heck, where is it? There's a broken one on the strand. Sadly. As careful as the dealer shipped it to me, one of them still came broken. I might have removed it already because it was quite dangerous. It's very thin. They're as thin as a bubble. Hence, that's why they're in a box. You know what, Ashley? I don't think so. I think these are Czech. And what would make me think that, now these could have been strung later, but these are Czech glass fired seed beads. Fire finished seed beads. Oh, and another misnomer is that, you know, one... No, I think they're sturdy enough. Honey, those are, you know, probably over 100 years old, and they've made it this far. You know, when you talk about not ancient but antique glass, the Czech were the masters of finishing glass, fire finishing. And when you fire finish a piece of glass, that's what makes it brilliant. Now, saying that, the Italians would send their glass to Czechoslovakia. They would send their glass to Czechoslovakia. So if you look at glass through, you can tell when they started because they would borrow design influences from each other. That's where their designs cross over, and that's when their designs cross over. So it's sort of like, you know, the rest of the world. Nothing was, you know, as it seemed. Nothing was truly just Czech, or nothing was truly just Italian. The two would merge styles. And then that's why when you do like uranium identification, you know, there's French uranium, here's Czechoslovakian uranium. This is let me find some German. These are German. This is Bauhaus. And how do I know that? Because of the colors. Even the glow is different. Oh, Italian glass. Oh, mama. There's beautiful, phenomenal Italian glass. You know, honestly, I don't have a ton of it because as soon as I get it, I usually sell it. Honey, I try. You know, I don't know everything or anything. But what I know, I'll share with you. Now, this is lava glass. And sometimes you'll see it. It's like a terracotta color, a brown color, a beige color. This is the very first time I've ever seen it where it looks like almost like cement. I don't know if I can. Do you see that? Now, usually when it's a gray color, it's usually really dark. But this blue, oh, this is electric and foil. Hi, Leslie. How are you, honey? Now, do you want to know how I know this crosses over? Now, these beads are clearly Italian, but these are bauble beads, and they're meant to actually look like fruit. These beads are Czech. That bobbly fruit bead, that's Czechoslovakian. That is an early 1930s. This is a true big barrel clasp. And then they just kept whittling down and down in size. These ones, they're like grooved and they're larger. They're so much easier to handle. When they get really tiny and they whittle them down to nothing, they're ridiculously hard to open and close. Especially, my hands are arthritically challenged some days. Yeah, one of these little tiny ones. That one's not so bad because it is grooved. Now, this is, of course, faceted crystal, and I would lay money that it's Czech because the green are uranium. There's a little bit of glow to the yellow. But I love, 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 love when they do this like tutti frutti. I don't care how like crappy your day is, if you put this necklace on, would you not feel better? A little bit of color can pick you up. A little bit of sparkle can pick you up. Now, this one has crackle glass, crystal, true iridescent. Now, this is turn of the century iridescent, late 1800s, early 1900s, when it looked like carnival glass. I love that frosted glass there as well. This is a really interesting. Then there's fire polish Czech beads. Then that frosted German glass. This piece is likely German. And then these are the bicolor uranium. The blue-green bicolor. This is just a beautiful strand. I think this is another one of those tiny ones that blows up. Yeah, this one blows up yellow though. Yeah, there's some sapphire here, honey. You know, I've got a couple strands of it, full strands of it, but I think they're in my repair box. Because remember, I had like 2 or 3 really short strands. And yeah, here's some sapphire here. And fancy shaped sapphire. When I put it against my light hand, you can see that they're pink and blue. And then peach and uranium. It's not peach, rosaline. So what they did on this necklace, pink and blue and rosaline and uranium don't make sense to me. They just took really fancy shapes and really rare colors. This is crystal too. And mixed them together. And I mean, you can tell from the style it's deco. watched a channel, gosh, were they called mudlarkers? They're British, and they hit beaches. Hi, JY. And they found some uranium beads. They were looking in the dark for, I guess, uranium, or maybe they were just mudlarking in the dark. And someone said in their chat, well, if they didn't have UV light, yeah, they didn't have UV light, then how would they see, if they didn't have broad spectrum or black light or UV light in the 1800s, early 1900s, when they would make this glass, how would they see it? And I tried to explain to them in chat and, sort of directed them here. Yeah, River Thames mudlarkers. UV glass is actually charged by sunlight. If you're an incandescent light, candlelight, firelight, it will glow. So that's how they would show it off. Now, come on, they're not sitting around, under a big reading lamp in the late 1800s, early 1900s. They're sitting in front of a fire, or they're sitting and reading by candlelight, and their necklaces would glow. So they were popular too around the Art Deco period. And then it sort of phased out. And then during World War II, they needed the uranium, of course, for weapons of mass destruction. So uranium fell out of favor. Now, places like the Czech Republic still make it. You've got to be careful ordering from the Czech Republic because they'll sell something as old stock antique, and it just came out of the glass factory. Not to say that there aren't reputable sellers, but I will tell you that a lot of it's new. And if you light it next to antique uranium, there's no comparison. It's completely different because the concentration of uranium that they can use legally is a lot less. Some of this old glass is 12 to 15%, whereas modern day uranium is like 3%. Felicia, you just have to be due diligent, and like me, I watch auction houses. I like to say I have plants. I made friends with people that own auction houses, and when they get old stock in, they give me a call. I pay up for it, but I don't go to auction. Or if I have duplicates. Now, that's where we'll foray into Niger. The only time you'll ever see me sell Niger is when I have a duplicate, or several of them. I do hoard it. These are tomb beads. These are Niger tomb beads. Absolutely, Ellen. There's no comparison between new uranium and old uranium. These pumpkin beads with that phenomenal bead caps, these are Niger. These beautiful beads, Ellen, the turquoise color. Are you talking about these ones? These are actually 1950s. I would say late 40s, early 50s. It's crystal. And then a type of zebra, you know, the swirled glass and the frosted nuggets. This is a beautiful necklace. I would think, Ashley, you know, it's not marked at all. It is not hallmarked at all. But this is a really well-made clasp. It's probably pre-war Germany. And this was probably gilt at one time. Because if you know anything about these type of necklaces, post-war they put a ton of plastic, and most of the clasps were round. Do you think some of these are Japanese? Do you think it's like, you know, a mismatch? Now that's actually like a type of cased glass, but these aren't glass, they're crystal. Oh, Felicia, if you want loose beads, oh, honey, I've got two 40-gallon totes. What I can say for it is it's stunning. I mean, you know, I love the bubbles in the glass. Do you think it was the Japanese then copying Murano? I know it wasn't Murano. And there, I mean, there are other resellers here. If I come onto your channel or any of your channels, the resellers that are here, and I say something, I'll say, well, this is that or that is this. It's not criticism. I'm just sharing information. Please don't ever feel like I'm like trying to correct you or criticize you. I'm just sharing what I know. Because I've had a couple people say, "Oh, I felt like she was criticizing me," and absolutely not. It's if we don't share information, then how do we learn? How do you grow? Now, these are the lava beads that have that, like I said, that taupey terra. You know, kind of looks like dirt. But these are the peacock beads, and it kind of looks like the earth. They would be pre-World War II, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I said late 40s, early 50s. There's no way that the design's completely different. In the 1950s, this first strand would have been really short. They wore it almost like a choker. And these are not choker length. Well, at least not for me. Let me measure them. Yeah, I love this necklace, but I can't, sadly, I can no longer wear it. The arthritis in my C3, C4, and C5 is so bad, it's just too heavy. Yeah, it's 15 inches the first strand, and then 18 inches the second strand. No, 16 inches the first strand. So if it were the 50s version, it would have been like 13 or 14 usually, because they would wear it like a choker. And then when you go to like the 60s and 70s, they got progressively longer. That's another way to date by design. When it's original. Because anything can be restrung or, you know, a clasp from a different era. You can't really date by clasp. You can date a clasp, but you sure can't date a piece by the clasp. Felicia, my eyes are sort of, I don't know, kind of turquoise color. I have that Hungarian, it's called sea green or sea glass. I've only ever seen Hungarian people with it. It's not blue and it's not green. Kind of in between. And then sometimes if I wear a certain color, my eyes are bright blue. There was a picture of me, I don't know from where, my husband said, "That's not my wife. Your eyes aren't that blue." I said, "Yes, they are. It depends on what color I wear." Now, true Vaseline, they say, it has to be yellow or green. But then if you live here, they'll call the pink Opalite Vaseline glass. So what I've found is called different things all over the world. I think most people with light eyes can attest to that, but you can clearly see the gold. So we know it's Opalite and a form of magic glass. I love these, but this is a short one. There's another strand here. I might have taken it off already. I'm going to restring these with. They would look absolutely beautiful with. Look at this sapphire or saffron glass. This bead here. I need a piece of white paper so you can actually see what color they are. It's difficult to discern without something white behind it. There you go. They're pink and they're blue. It's Opalite glass, Felicia. I have loads of it. Loads and loads. I can show you a ton of it. I love it. I collect it. I sell it. Just about everyone who sees it that loves glass ends up owning some of it because they love it as well. I think we were talking about Niger and we got waylaid. How would I ever get waylaid from Niger? Started talking about something else, that's why. And I get distracted. Yes, I will be on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is going to be more, this is how the weekends are going. Saturday, I sell fine jewelry. You know, we'll sell the gold, we'll sell silver, whatever other, the garnets. And then Sunday, I start the show off by offering pieces that weren't picked up on Saturday. You know, maybe somebody came in and they saw a agate bracelet that, you know, they couldn't make it in on Saturday, so they'll come in on Sunday. So I asked for requests. And then after that, we'll do some glass. I'm going to do some charms, maybe. And I'll show you guys because you're here. But there is a massive, massive tray. And it's very sparkly. Now, this one I bought is vintage, but it's actually new. There's Swarovski crystal. And it's from a seller called Karen's Garden. Even the little antennae are gem set. Yes, Ellen, I have some Rousselet I'll part with. There's sterling silver on the tray. There are sterling silver beads. I love these. There's some Czechoslovakian, some antique Czechoslovakian. There's a ton of brooches, AB. I love this kitty cat. He's got an articulated tail. He's just a bit of fun. A gorgeous rock crystal topped Thomas Lee Mott, hand painted, is on the tray. I just brought it back, Leslie. I've only brought it back recently, honey. That little Art Deco Scottish bracelet, the chromed out one, is on here. I love this. Oh, all of these brooches, no, I don't want to say all. Most of these brooches are prong set. You know, if you know me, you know me. I'm not a big glued in stone person. This one is Art Deco. That hand enameled little pansy. There's some beautiful Lily of the Valley on here. Of course, I'm a May baby, so I love Lily of the Valley. There's a sterling Egyptian bracelet. There's loads. Sterling earrings. Oh, now this little spider, the itsy bitsy spider, it really should not be on the tray. I'm not going to show this time because, like, Lori will know. Lori, do you remember the big spider necklace? The sterling spider necklace. It was like, looked Victorian, but it was actually deco. Julie got it. I'm pretty sure you bid on it. Because Lori loves her spiders too. It's been about 2 years, almost 2 years since I've had one. And I finally got a hold of one. That didn't cost me an arm and 2 legs, thank God. Now, this is Czech as well. I love this. Absolutely. It's meant to look like banded agate. Yeah, I think you got the pendant, Lori. This is that full big necklace. Ellen, I've had so many of them. No, I haven't. And I would have hoped. Now this is Vaseline. Now here's a little tidbit for you. When it's bright yellow and looks like lemon curd, Ellen will know what lemon curd is. Maybe some of you will know what lemon curd is. I think it's kind of a UK thing, which is a shame because lemon curd is amazing. Now, that is still called Vaseline, but when it has this swirl to it, it's called custard. But they're both uranium. Now you can see that yellow, like I said, Vaseline has that yellow-green glow. And this one just glows bright yellow. You would think, you know, as a seller, but I really don't use it. See, I don't know that I ever, maybe in the South, I don't know that I ever had it in the States. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Now, this is also lava glass, black lava, and foil, and uranium. This piece has a whole lot going on. Now, this is slack glass. Not to be confused with end of day. Do I have a piece of end of day out? In the drawer. No. Now, this isn't just ordinary slag glass. It's uranium slag glass. If you want to see rare glass, just hang out here. I definitely say I have my share of rare glass. Well, slag glass, Lori. Oh, the difference between slag and end of day. Slag is actually intentional. And end of day, you know, is when they take it and just slap it all together. No. Slag and end of day are different. This was like purposely. This was purposely. Yes, purposely. Try and say that one. Purposefully. There you go. Purposefully. It's late here, like after midnight. And I've only been up since 6 this morning. Oh no, actually 3 o'clock, because now Fluff decides at 3 o'clock in the morning that she's gonna start wailing like there's something wrong with her. If she hadn't been so ill, I swear, I'd put her right out the door. Actually, the vet said she's not allowed to go out for a while, because that's where we think she picked it up. And Felicia said, if your kitty is sneezing, be careful. Oh, Ashley, let's just put it this way. I've got to clean the potty box every day. Because you know what antibiotics will do to you. I love this Niger piece. With the elephants. Everyone loves the Egyptian series, well, including me. I love the Egyptian series, but this is the East India series. Oh, honey, I'm telling you, that's how Fluff started. I would get her to the vet to make sure she doesn't have a secondary infection. Because it started with her nose, and then it went to her ear. And when I came home Sunday, there was, oh, I don't even want to describe it. It was just yellow, waxy, malodorous, all down her poor little kitty cat face, in her food bowls and things. I would take your kitty to the vet. I really would. Especially if they're not acting like themselves. I wouldn't want anybody else's kitty to go through that. Sometimes they can shake it off themselves. Probiotics, I would eat a yogurt every day. I give Fluff, the licky treats. They actually have yogurt in them. So she loves them. So I give her like 4 a day now. Because she can't get into the fridge and get her own yogurt. Well, this one has the Rosalind and Vaseline. I love this piece. But I can't wear these heavy pieces, the shorter heavy pieces anymore. It's just, I can wear them for maybe a half hour. Yeah, Ellen, and I treated that in nursing. Oh gosh, it's so awful, C. diff, and it's so hard to get rid of. God bless you. I showed you this Murano piece. This is cut rock crystal too. Cut rock crystal and these beautiful beads. Oh my gosh. They remind me of a peacock eye. Of course, peacocks were big. Victorian, deco. They're still big. My daughter's a peacock junkie. This is, of course, the opalite that glows. But the intentional crackle. Oh, honey, I didn't want to give it to her, but her ear was just her right ear. That's why I put that photo up. So you guys could see her little ear it's just a bit red in that photo. That was 2 days later. The day I came home, it was scarlet. Her little right ear was just scarlet. So she had a serious ear infection. Her breathing was labored. So I was terrified that it was going to go to pneumonia. And then, of course, a head full of nasty, ugly color, yellow-green color. Yuck. Yeah, I got a 2-week course for her. I think we're going to go 10 days, which will be right before we go to Scotland. And then I'll, DC, and hopefully she doesn't get it back. Discontinue. And she's an old lady, so, you know, she'll be 12 the 5th. In 4 days, she'll be 12, which is very old for a Maine Coon. And then we're going to go all over the country, actually. We're going to start out in Edinburgh. Oh, I'll show you some, Felicia. I did get some out for you. We're going to start in Edinburgh, and we want to go over to the Isle of Skye. And I want to go at least one day to Loch Ness and then down to Glasgow. My husband's university friend is from just outside of Glasgow. So we can take a week, but which means this is my last show for 2 weeks because I'll leave Friday, so there won't be a show Saturday and Sunday. And I could possibly have a show next weekend from the following weekend from Scotland if the internet is good. But that's the days, those are the days that we'll be in Glasgow, outside of Glasgow. Felicia, you have to go. It's almost otherworldly. It's odd. It's really odd. I mean, I'm going to take you guys, and I'll do. Unlike Birmingham, I was shopping the whole time. I had to record. Well, I'm going to take you all with me, and I'll do some lives. Just so you can see things like Loch Ness, the Standing Stones, Edinburgh Castle. You know, I'm just trying to think of things that I saw that I was impressed by. Yeah, well, my husband has to watch the coast because of the midges. They love men. I did not get one midge bite. My husband looked like a pincushion. Midge are like southern no-see-ums. Oh, Beverly, don't tell me that. Oh yeah, they'll be kilted men. Oh girl, the military men, hot military men in kilts. Who hit on me? The old guys wearing a big old a chunky wool sweater and a kilt. Fair enough, the little military boys were like old enough to be my son, you know. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, they all wear the regalia with the kilt and the it's not ostrich feather. I think it's is it feather or fur? I don't know, the big tall black hats. I'll tell you what, Diva honey, I've never seen so many castles as I'd seen in Scotland in one place. You'll see. Every other place you look is a castle. Now, you had a seller sell you Czech lamp beads. Now, the Czech lamp beads these are Italian lamp beads. And I'm going to show you the difference. The big holes at the end. They've got beads right up to them, or, you know, the string would swallow them. Now, the Czech are done on a rod, but most of them are cylindrical. Now, the lamp work, when they say lamp work, that is applied glass. And they turn it and actually they spin the bead and apply the hot glass to glass. So that's what lamp work is. I have the red ones. Those are rare. And then this one, I can't find I have a bracelet to match. Now, this is one way, like, the flat, the flat, this piece is probably Edwardian because it's on rolled gold. These are on red rolled gold, findings. I love the daisies on this one. And the little roses. I have a bracelet to match this, but I wasn't able to find the bracelet today. And I love these because they're just so delicate. Yeah, she must have, see, this is lamp work, and these are check. So that is check lamp work. She probably, let me find a piece of check cased glass. Some of them are mine. Some of them are mine, and some of them are for sale. Let me find you a piece of check cased. Well, I mean, the most obvious check cased are the uranium. And those are right out in front of you. You know, glass in glass. That's when you have a color in either a clear or in a color in a color. And that's just it, Felicia. That's why it's so important to have people like Fleur or Hannah, anyone else that is attempting to educate people about glass. There are so many misnomers in it. I just can't, I can't surf sites like eBay that say French, Czech, Italian, then it'll describe the glass, and because they don't know. So they just, Deb asked me, why did they throw, you know, the moderator here, why did they throw all these names at it? I said, honey, they're hoping one will stick. They don't actually know what it is. And they're hoping one will stick. I don't know everything. I don't know. I don't claim to know anything. But what I do know, I'll share. I've had even other resellers tell me, do you think you should be teaching people this? Because then they'll know what you know, and then they'll be able to go out and buy their own. That's my goal. My goal is to educate you. My goal is to teach you so you can find treasure on your own. You know, I'm always going to have pieces, you know, I'll always come up with something new. I don't worry, you know, Deb is able to now go out and find her own glass. Ashley is able now to go out and find her glass, you know, find her own things that she loves and identify them and sell them or keep them or whatever. It's called education, and knowledge is power. So what I hope to do is empower all of you so you don't, you know, go onto eBay and buy something labeled as Czech, French, Italian, you know, and yes. It does. And then it's always nice to be knowledgeable. If someone says to you, "Oh my God, I love that necklace. What is it?" You're not going to be like a lot of people who just say pretty. It's pretty. It's pink or it's green. Why would knowledge ever hurt you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ellen, I'm not like telling tales, but I know Beverly resells something with a cross, but glass with a cross. I don't think I have any crosses out, honey. Well, okay, Hannah, I keep saying Floor because that's her channel, but she knows the importance of, I'm sure she appreciates the history. Some of this glass is no longer, a lot of this glass is no longer made. So it's irreplaceable. And if they do make it, they do not have the secrets of the old glass makers. You're not going to pull any of this up on a 3D printer. And it's important to know, like Hannah said, oh, some of those beads look Japanese. It's important to know who copied who. Because if you are a reseller, then you don't want to mislabel something. Because if you do, they can come back and say, hey, you said this was Italian and it's Japanese. Or you said this was Czech and it's not, it's German. That does matter to some people. Especially educated people who don't want to buy something that's mislabeled. And if that ever happens, then the polite thing to do, I will tell you as a reseller, is to just refund them. Honey, I tried to explain to you. They call it magic glass because it casts gold beams. It's not that it's magic. It's not witch, there are things called witches balls. I mean, there's one here. That's a crystal ball. And there are colored ones. But it's not magic. No, I've never been to Gablance, and I would love to go. Because actually some of the old glass works are up and running again. I think I'm going to have to do that one alone, though. I don't see my husband wanting to go to Gablance to learn glass. Maybe if he could find something else to do. He'd probably do it, God bless him, but... Well, you have to be careful that they're actually selling something that actually is magic glass and they're not selling magic beans. Oh, yeah, he would. He would, absolutely. I do, Beverly, I do love crucifixes. I do love crosses. So you will see them on my channel. Bob had some beautiful, absolutely beautiful Star of David pendants. And I will say something about them on the channel. If someone would be interested in them, I would bring them. Yeah, I bet you do, Leslie. Here's the thing. They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. And I really don't care if people imitate my channel, or want to bring items like I bring. just make sure that what you're selling is what you say it is. You know, and don't, you know, if I have antique agates, don't bring modern agates and say, oh, these are Scottish. Because in all likelihood, they're Chinese. Chinese have great agates, but they're not Scottish. A lot of modern agate jewelry is Chinese. What I like to bring is antique and usually Victorian. Maybe Art Deco at a stretch. But everybody's like, whoo, she's selling agates. Quick, let's sell agates. Here's a chunk of agate that they nuked and died and, no, please. Mm-mm. One of my favorite pieces, Felicia, I actually bought to sell. And when it didn't sell, I was happy. I love, love, love this piece. I just took the chain off of it and wore it as a brooch the other day. That's the back of it. It's a brooch, but then it has for a pendant in the top. And this is a Bedouin piece. Love, love, love it. One of my favorite. I love turquoise anyway, in any form. The pink one's floor, did you want to see? Oh, honey, there's, you know, we haven't touched on Sabrina glass, which is a German glass. I have some Sabrina here. I don't know what I do with it. Iris glass is specific. Let me pull a piece of it out. Do I have any out? No, I do have here. Wait a minute. Iris glass is very specific. It is primary colors. Now people call it rainbow glass, but it's primarily blue, purple, red, green. This is rhubarb. They call it rhubarb, or gosh, what's the other name for it? Hi, Deanna. Happy birthday, honey. No, this isn't typical rainbow or iris. Let me grab a piece of that. Got to put my glasses on to see in the drawer. I don't have a ton of rainbow because every time I get it, I sell it. I mean, I have a couple of pieces of my own personal, but I know I've got one in this drawer. What the heck did I do with it? Oh, poo. I've been piling those pieces on top of here, hiding other things. Ooh, that's rock crystal. Ellen, you would ask me for something that I don't have right out. I'm sure I do. It might be right in front of me, to be quite honest with you. But I don't want to... I'll give it a minute and dig a bit more. Some people love the sound of the glass straw. Ooh, I didn't pull these out. These are my favorite. Love, love, love those. That's all right, honey. Just give me a minute. We'll find some. I mean, we don't have enough time to like discuss. We're just going to have to take different topics every time. So I will teach you what glass I know, and then you guys can, if you haven't subscribed to, hi RJ, I wasn't looking at chat, sweetheart. I'm trying to find a piece of rainbow glass or iris glass for Ellen. And I just glanced over and saw you. If you haven't subscribed to Hannah, to Flor Montagna, she's quite knowledgeable and she'll share all she knows. I know she's like me, she's always researching. What the heck? I just had iris glass out recently. It couldn't have like disappeared, and I don't believe I sold it. Because it's a really short strand, actually. Oh, what the heck. Maybe it's in the top drawer. Oops, turn the light off. Talk amongst yourselves while I try to find a piece of iris glass. Now, wait a minute. this is totally burning my biscuit because I know I had a pendant in this one drawer. Alan, can't find one right off. Sorry, honey. I'll dig around and find you some and show you the difference. Ashley, can you link her channel in the chat, please? What the heck did I do with that? It's really irritating me. I would laugh so hard if it was on the tray. I did find one of my sapphire pieces while I was looking for that. Ellen loves sapphire. We'll show her this piece. Now, most of them are set in base metal. This one is set in sterling. This is from my French glass dealer. I haven't bought any pieces off of him in a while. I nearly bought one tonight, and then I realized it wasn't as large as I thought it was. There that is on a bust. I want a ring, but I want a big ring. You know how I like my rings. Like this, but sapphire. Felicia, it is called a sapphire. And unless I have duplicates, you won't see me sell them on the channel. I have to be quite honest with you. I collect them. So if I have a duplicate piece, I will sell it. I've sold earrings. I've sold pendants. Yeah, some pieces I just won't part with. This piece, the star sapphires, I will never part with it. the most of my sapphire glass I want. Someone asked me recently, are you gonna sell those earrings? I showed some earrings and they're like, "You're gonna sell the earrings?" I'm like, no. No, I'm not. What else did I want to show you before we leave? If there's anything on the tray that I haven't showed you that you want to ask about, ask away. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is voxel glass, which the pieces that I collect and the pieces that I will have for sale are Czechoslovakian. You never really want to buy a piece of it unless it states Czechoslovakia. Because a lot of people have copied it. It's actually an English process. That's why I said, like, let me see if I have Prosser beads. I'll show you those next before we finish up. To show you, they borrowed from each other. These are actually mirrored behind the glass. Voxel? You bought purple voxel from me? I don't know, honey. I don't know that I've had purple voxel recently. Maybe they were cabochons? Oh, Czech. Oh, well, honey, I sell a lot of Czech glass. Absolutely. But these are voxel. And if you see these, and you can pick them up for next to nothing, do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, you got that fabulous, looks like Wizard of Oz necklace, the Emerald City. I remember when you got that one, yeah, or Ellen. Yeah, that was phenomenal. What was I going to show you? Prosser beads. Yeah. If I show them to you and you know glass, you'll say, oh, that's, oh gosh. Peking glass. And then the blue they call Hubble. Here's the pink or the peach. It's meant to look like coral. This is the green they call Peking. The blue and the gray they call Hubble. It's meant to look like turquoise. These are actually Prosser beads. And it was an Englishman who developed porcelain over glass. So they're actually porcelain cast or pressed over glass. Oh, she got dragon's breath. Yeah, you got Czechoslovakian dragon's breath, honey. Yes, Saphiret. I'm sorry. I could spell that for you. Well, I was supposed to show you all of the sterling, and I didn't. So we'll just have to see it at the sale. Because we got carried away with glass, which I can quite easily do. Voxel is V-O-X or V-A-U-X-H-A-L-L. Yeah, sapphire, voxel. There's a lot of wonderful glass. Hopefully I opened up a whole new world of beauty for you all. I am now any plastic you'll ever see on the channel, I can tell you, I did love lucite. Um, I I gave most of it away. Can't wear it. Um, I sweat underneath of it. I sell Bakelite because I love Bakelite. And that's about it for plastic. Everything else will be glass or natural materials or stone. Oh, we were going to do a light show. Let me throw out some uranium. Let me take away the delicate stuff. And I will leave you with a light show. Because you've got to see some of these colors to believe them. Of course, I buried a lot of it, putting it back in the drawer. That was brilliant, right? There's always more. Oh, I know. I was looking for that one. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack in this drawer, to be quite honest with you at the moment. Usually I have all the uranium in the bottom. I have great big deep drawers. And thank God they're heavy duty. Because otherwise it would all come tumbling down. Oh, it's going to be a blast when they come into plaster at the end of the month. I'm going to have to move all of this out. That was almost blinding. So this is the slag glass. What it looks like in the dark. This is that one that I said, look at that. Listen, I have a lot of uranium glass. I've never seen this color. That's the custard. God, that is so bright. That's the German. That's the Bauhaus. These are all Bohemian. This is Vaseline. Those are Niger. It's not cadmium floor. Cadmium is actually red. I'm sure if I dig around, I have red cadmium. I also have manganese here. It's an entirely different color. I've never encountered this color. So, I mean, is it a mix of maybe cadmium and manganese? To make yellow and red make orange, right? It is that like high vis orange. Yeah, let me pull open my uranium drawer and I will find you cadmium. Now, okay, this one is like that as well. I knew I had another one. These are fun. The Italian ballatini. Don't know if you can see, those are like neon. Little tiny uranium glass beads. The cadmium that I've had is bright red. Oh, I just found some pearls in the drawer. I've got to go through this drawer. Whoa. I swear you could see you from space. Oh, honey, I've got a lot of pearls. I'm not shocked. Not in the least bit. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up since it is, I've got a sale tomorrow, right? And it is 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was going to do an hour and ended up doing, it is literally blinding. So I'm going to get my bottom side to bed. My husband's been there since before I started. And I will see you all tomorrow. Now, next time I'll bring out glass that we haven't shown. Oh, you too, Hannah. And I want you all to have a wonderful evening. Deanna, enjoy your birthday, honey. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And morning for me. Absolutely cake, Deanna. We have to have cake. I bought a cake today in honor of your birthday. I said that to myself because I wanted a piece of cake. Good night, guys. Thank you for coming in. See you all very soon. Good night.